I'm used to the CBSE way of doing quant. And we
Okay,
had to get rid of that sort of a mindset where we need to jot down all the steps and do it stepwise and stuff. That
right.
won't work here. So had to get rid of that mindset was another thing which was required. And yeah, that was where I was facing the time crunch initially. I didn't do anything fancy. I just followed the study plan that was provided to us to the T, not skipping anything at all, regardless of how long it takes. We are working professionals, and we do get those, difficult days where, we have a lot of work, or sometimes some projects come in where you're stretching your work hours. So you tend to skip out on your GMAT practice. I think that's a very, very bad idea, because then when you restart, it becomes a lot more harder to restart.
All right. First of all, congratulations. What a miracle this has been that you scored the highest percentile and that 200 in the most dreaded section of yours, as you said. So it's amazing. Genuinely, this is really, really amazing. So I'll just show this for the recording. So look at the percentiles once again. Everything is this, but this is just the most amazing thing, and 90 will mean the highest you can get in terms of scale also. It's incredible. And let's also see what she had to say initially. These are the exact words. So first attempt, this is very, very important. And Aman's videos, that is quant basics we are talking about. And she says, I couldn't believe my eyes that too in quant most dreaded section. I was too scared to even start. Forget that. So, and that 200 percentile. This is just, I mean, see, I am also so super happy because this is something that has happened in the weakest section and that too in the first attempt. And whatever she had to say. So I'll stop this share, Nikita. You can just start your camera. Yeah, hi, I can see you now.
Yeah,
I
hi
must say
Sandeep.
congratulations once again and would like to know your journey and whatever challenges you faced with Quant and how you overcame and other sections also how you prepared the whole thing. Just let us know, please.
Sure. So, this was actually not the first time that I was attempting to study for the GMAT. I had given it a shot back in 2018-19. I had also given it a shot in 2022, not with top 1%, but with other providers, again, very renowned providers. But I never felt confident enough to actually go ahead and give the exam. So I never really attempted anything. But after I joined top 1%, I felt that I can give it a shot now. I felt prepared enough. Uh, Verbal has always been something I was very confident about, because generally my accuracy and everything was pretty high on verbal, even when we used to practice. But when it comes to math, when it comes to the numbers, I always thought like I am not good at it. It was just something I had an inhibition in my mind, that math is not something I can do. So even when I started practicing, I would tend to focus a lot more on verbal and go through all the videos and practice, because that was something which I was comfortable with anyways. But then I realized this cannot go on for long, and I had to do the quant aspect as well.
Right?
So I it was a challenge, like, because when we would do, so I didn't do anything fancy. I just followed the study plan that was provided to us to the T, not skipping anything at all, regardless of how long it takes. So, like, some of the questions, when we would do from the class sessions guide and the main live class videos and everything, so that would take me a lot of time to solve. And honestly, that was also sort of demotivating, that okay, if this question is taking me 10-15 minutes to solve in an untimed manner, how would I do it in under 2 minutes? So that was demotivating, but I still kept going, and I followed everything to the T, did not skip anything, like I said. And then I completed the entire quant, like all the videos, all the class session guides, everything as we were recommended to. And then I started practicing on the quant 700 to 800 questions. And then when I went for the exam, it was like really a breeze. Like, I had almost over 10 minutes to spare in the
Wow.
quant section.
In the quant
Yeah,
section, you're saying.
yeah. So over 10 minutes to spare. And yeah, that's how it went. And then I had bookmarked a couple of questions. I went back, revised them, changed one answer as well, and got it from incorrect to correct.
That's great. So did you make any mistake at all or no mistake in quant?
No, mistake at the end of it all. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And tell us about how you prepared verbal and DI as well. Okay, it was a strong area for you, verbal, but still, was this something different here, the way RC was covered, the way CR was covered? Just let me know that as well.
Yeah. So I think again, I didn't do anything fancy, just following the study plan that is going through all the videos, all the materials, the pre-work, the post-work. After I had finished the entire coursework, then at the end of it all, I went to CR topic-wise and RC 700 to 800. So that I started doing all those passages in a timed manner, and CR as well. And for
Data
uh,
insights.
yeah, for data insights, also the same thing. Whatever was in our study plan from the portal, practice all of those questions. That's it. Like
So,
nothing out of what is in the study plan.
so if you ever took a diagnostic, let's say, what was your initial score compared to the score that you've got? Because you're saying that you did not even imagine this score, even in the 99th percentile or something. So just take us through your mock journey as well, and how the portal helped, and what were official scores if you took the official mocks as well. Yeah.
So I had just taken one mock. So actually, this attempt was slightly unplanned for me. So I just went ahead without thinking too much. I had booked subsequent attempts as well. So this was slightly unplanned from my
Okay.
side.
You had already
Yeah.
thought that you would need more attempts. That
Yes, correct, correct.
okay, okay,
So I thought I would need more attempt. I had pre-booked that already, and the reason is like I thought, okay, let me familiarize myself with the testing environment. That was the purpose with which I went ahead. And when I eventually saw the score, I couldn't believe my eyes. But the quant, verbal, and yeah, DI as well, although the score is slightly lower on DI, but they were a breeze, and especially quant, it was a breeze.
all right. And what were your scores? I just asked you. And how did you utilize the portal? Did you just do everything the way we say in the study plan, that do everything? Or did you
Yeah.
skip something? Did you really prioritize some areas? Like what was the approach? And your mock scores, how they improved? That's what.
So the last time I took a mock, it was about 1.5 months back. So that was after before I started the practice. So I had gone through the top the concepts, but
Right.
the timed practice I had not really started that. So I was about 1.5 months back. So that time the mock score was just 605.
Okay.
Then I began in a month and a half doing the timed practice, and then yeah, this is where we ended up with.
Any section with which you were struggling with the time part? Let's say you were not able to finish or something. Wouldn't be verbal, I guess, but was it DI or was it quant initially?
Yeah, it was Quant for sure. Because again, I'm used to the CBSE way of doing Quant. And we
Okay.
had to get rid of that sort of a mindset where we need to jot down all the steps and do it stepwise and stuff. That
Right.
won't work here. So had to get rid of that mindset was another thing which was required. And yeah, that was where I was facing the time crunch initially.
All right. So coming to your exam now, did which section order did you take? I'm hoping you took it at a center only.
Yeah.
So that, but what was your section order? Just let us know.
So my section order was I went with quant, followed by verbal, then I took the break, and then I did DI.
All right. And quant, you've said you got everything right. So nothing unusual also, right, in the quant section? Anything at all you feel that this was something I was not exposed to. This is altogether new, something like that.
No, not at all. I think everything was already covered. And in fact, the questions that we have practiced as part of the top one journey, I think in comparison to that, this seemed very, very straightforward because I think the questions that we're exposed to are such high levels. So our mind gets trained on those questions. And then the actual exam, you feel like I have seen this, done this before. So nothing unusual at all.
Take us through this in the verbal and DI as well. Was there anything unusual, length of passages, content of passages, CR questions? integrated reasoning, data sufficiency, anything that you
Yeah.
found out of the ordinary?
No, not at all. Even for CR was pretty much in line with what again we have practiced. RC, I did get two long passages. I couldn't probably even understand it all, but then just following the verification method, answered them and got I think most of them right as well.
Right.
So nothing unusual in DI or RC as
Wo-
well.
Okay, and everything pretty regulation. So where did you lose some marks then? Which section was it? Like verbal, did you obviously it wasn't a perfect score, so maybe one or two mistakes there in DI maybe. What were the number of mistakes then? Just let us know also. If you have checked the detailed score report.
Yeah, I did. I think in DI, I did have quite a few mistakes. So I had about 6 to 7 mistakes in DI, um, and in the verbal section, I think it was about 3 to 4.
All right.
And yeah, they were primarily on the long RC passages. I think yeah, not so much on CR.
All right. And if somebody is starting to prepare or is already preparing but hasn't written the exam, what are the two, three things you would say they must do and must not do? I mean, there must be some in your mind that, okay, had I done this differently, my result would have been, let's say, sooner or better or different or whatever. Or you
Yeah,
did some mistakes while preparing that you would urge them to avoid. And some things that genuinely helped you also in the approach to study or something. Yeah. So do's and don'ts
yeah.
of sorts.
Yeah. So I think I'll begin with the don'ts. I think I did a mistake which I would recommend let's not do that is that you lose the consistency because we are working professionals and we do get those difficult days where we have a lot of work or sometimes some projects come in where you're stretching your work hours, so you tend to skip out on your GMAT practice. I think that's a very, very bad idea because then when you restart, it becomes a lot more harder to restart. So I would suggest that even if you're having those tough days, at least take out half an hour, 1 hour, do the things probably that you're comfortable with so that, a lot of your uh, mental bandwidth is not consumed. So for me, that was verbal. So when I would have my work heavy days, I would work on verbal, and when I had those lighter days, I would take up quant because I'm a lot more fresh. But don't skip that because I did that mistake, and that is why my preparation time increased a lot. So that
All
is
right.
definitely one thing. Second is don't rush through the videos, particularly if you think quant is a challenge. Aman's basics videos, I followed them, I took notes, I spent a lot of time on those videos,
Right.
and that was very, very helpful. So if quant is a challenge, do not skip those videos. Skip over, even don't rush through it, just take your time with it. And the same thing for verbal as well. Take your time with everything. Don't rush through the subject matter because yeah, at the end of it, if you take your time, you can get done with it in probably one attempt like I did. And when it comes to the do's, I think I would like to highlight one thing which helped me on the test day. And so I was reading something on the net, and uh, I saw something, and I think that helped me a bit. One was that GMAT would probably throw questions which would, spoil your timing. So we should be like, I did this in quant as well and in verbal, that you read it and you feel like, okay, this, I know how to solve this, but this is probably going to take me a lot more time. So in what I did was I bookmarked it. I completed the entire section, and then when I had time in hand, I went back and I resolved it with a lot more time, and then I changed it to correct. So I think we have to be smart about where we have to invest our time as well.
That's great because sometimes people say that this could really backfire or something. Which all sections did you use this strategy in? Like quant you've told, but did you use it in DI and verbal as well?
I did. So I did use that in particularly some questions like RC and CR as well. Not a lot. So I don't like do this for a lot of the questions, but some of the questions where you would probably have the time to revisit, um, do that. So I used the strategy in both of them, and yeah, correct. So I did. Yeah.
And are you planning to apply this year itself, or are you planning to apply next year? Like, what's the plan here? R2 probably. Now R1 is too close from. Just asking because I do not know, so that's why I'm just trying to understand. Oh,
Yeah, no, I would be applying mostly in R2, and some of them, like the Canadian colleges, probably in round one.
perfect, perfect. And you also wrote that you'd probably increase the, let's say, ranking of the colleges that you want to apply to now that you'll have a better score, obviously good profile. But would you actually change the actual colleges, the schools you're applying to, like some of them more ambitious?
Yes. So earlier I was only aiming for Canadian schools. So in fact, like when I went ahead, like the target had in mind was much lower than what I got, because again, Canadian schools is I was focusing on. But now with the scores that I have, I am reevaluating some of my decisions. I still go ahead and apply in those Canadian schools. I'm not going to drop that out, but I'm also going to be applying to some of the schools in the US, and then we will evaluate depending on what admits we have and what scholarships I can get myself.
All right, great. Do keep in touch and do let us know in case you need any help with the consulting process as well. The reason I'm saying that is at least have a call and understand your options and where you can actually go for a better school maybe. Maybe you don't want to go to that country, I do not know, but whatever you plan, just reach out.